Have you ever been on a break? Odds are you probably have at some point. And even if you haven't, we all know what a break is. We all know somebody who's been on a break. A friend, a family member. At least we've seen it on TV and in movies. But the tricky thing to know is, what does a break actually mean? Because it isn't exactly a breakup, but it isn't being together. So what does it mean, and what should we do if we find ourselves in this situation? Okay, so to me, a break basically is a breakup. It's a breakup, but a breakup in which the other person is basically saying, I think that in a few weeks, days, months, we can reevaluate the situation and maybe get back together. So how should you take it if somebody says they want to be on a break with you, or if you're the one who wants to go on a break? So if you're the one who wants to go on a break, I think you should really delve deep into why you want to go on a break, and you should really think if what you actually want is a breakup. So first off, if you're telling your boyfriend you want a break, be sincere with yourself and ask yourself, do I want to go on a break because I want to date other guys, flirt with other guys, hook up with other guys, blah, blah, blah. If this is the reason why you want to go on a break, red flag. I really think that if you just want to have fun and hook up with other guys, you should just break up with your boyfriend. And I know that many times you want like the best of both worlds. It's like, no, I want to go on a break because I want to like date other guys, kiss other guys, or like have that yearning inside of me. But at the end of the day, I want to know that I can get back together with my boyfriend because I still love him. And of course, you can have these contradictory feelings, especially if you're I'm so sorry. Especially if you're young and you've been in a long-term relationship, for example, like say you're 19 and you've been with your boyfriend for 2 years. It's very obvious that maybe you haven't been with that many guys or any at all. And suddenly you're like, hey, I want to date around. I want to meet other people. But I do love my boyfriend and I don't want to break up with him. But I think the brave thing to do and the right thing to do in these situations is to break up with your boyfriend. Because I truly do think that it's not right to use that time to hook up with different guys and then be like, hey, take me back, And then as well, he probably will have hooked up with other girls, and then you might even get jealous. It's just a very messy situation where you can hurt his feelings, he can hurt your feelings. And I think it's better to break up, have a clean breakup. Because on a break, you probably still have contact. He knows you're probably going to get back together, and it's just very messy. I think it's better to break up. And then if later, down the line, you guys suddenly want to get back together, people do get back together after official breakups. But it's better to do an official breakup where you're totally absolved from all responsibility towards him, and you can be with other guys. He knows he can be with other girls. And if later, much later down the line, you guys get back into contact, you're like, now's the moment, I really want to get back together with him. He might want to take you back, he might not, but at least you've been sincere and you've actually broken up with him. You haven't just been on a break and then, kind of hurt his feelings along the process, So if that's the reason you want to go on a break, you should break up. However, if you want to break because something along the lines of we've been fighting a lot, I just think we need some time apart to reevaluate what we want, or I'm just really stressed with exams right now and he's really annoying me and bugging me and I just need some time to like calm down and be on my own and blah, 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 If like that's kind of the reason you want to go on a break, then I think it's fine, but you should like state in some capacity, I don't want you to be with anybody else. Hey, I'm not going to be with anybody else, because it could happen that you're on a break because you just need some time off because of X, Y, and Z, but then he uses that time to hook up with other girls, and then when you get back together, he tells you, or you find out, and it could really hurt your feelings. I wouldn't like it at all. So just try to state why you want the break. Make it clear like, hey, I do want to get back together with you. Please don't be with anybody else. But of course, when you go on a break, there's always that risk that the other person could be with somebody else, or that you will be. So it's kind of a tricky situation in that sense, okay? So basically, that's what to do if you're the one who has said, hey, let's go on a break. Oh, one last thing is, if you say let's go on a break and then you hook up with somebody else, you're kind of letting that person know, your boyfriend, that the reason why you asked for a break was because you wanted to hook up with other guys. So if he finds out, it's much easier for him not to want to get back together with you once you want to, because he'll be like, you just wanted a break because you wanted to hook up with other guys. That's not cool. So just kind of be wary about that if you're the one who asks to go on a break. However, what to do if you're in love with your boyfriend, you've been with him a long time, a short time, whatever time, but you really love him, and he's the one who suddenly says to you, I want to go on a break, and you don't want to, but you don't want to lose him. What should you do? So I would really be offended if a guy told me he wanted to go on a break with me. If my boyfriend told me he wanted to go on a break, I would just break up with him. I don't believe in breaks. I'm not in favor of them. That's kind of the point I wanted to get to in this video, you know. Of course, there's circumstances like the one I explained previously where, you know, you're really stressed, you want to go on a break because you need that time away, whatever. But I don't think you should go on a break. Even in that instance, I think what you should do is say, look, I'm really busy. Let's not talk maybe for a couple of days because I need to concentrate. Or let's talk, but let's not hang out for a week because I really need to concentrate on whatever. You know, but I don't think you should actually just break. I think you should still stay together. And as I said in the previous example, if you just want to hook up with other guys, I don't think it's fair to go on a break. I think you should just break up. The reason why I don't believe in breaks and going on a break is because I think it's basically like breaking up, but wanting to have the other person on a string still after you, dangle with them, play with their emotions, you know. And so I'm not in favor of a break because to me it's a breakup, and to me it's always an excuse, and just the reason why you want to go on a break is, for me at least, almost 99.9% of the time because you want to hook up with other people and you're kind of playing with the other person's feelings. So if a guy wants to go on a break with you, you should know that 99.9% of the time, the reason why he's asking for a break is because indeed he wants to kiss and hook up and have sex or whatever with other girls. But while doing so, he doesn't want to firmly cut ties with you, but he wants to keep you in a string to have you again whenever he wants, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry for all the blah, blah, blahs. But anyway, so what should you do if a guy wants to go on a break with you? So really what I think you should do is that I think you should say, no, let's break up then. Even if it hurts you, even if it breaks your heart, even if you're in love with him, show him that he can't play with you and that if he wants a break, oh, he's going to get it. A break up. If he tries to contact you, you don't answer him. You know, like, honestly, like an actual breakup. Because what happens on a break is that if he still needs you or wants you, he'll probably text you. He'll want to get your opinion on something. And all of that is going to get your feelings involved. You're going to think you guys still have this semi-quasi relationship while he's out there banging other women, you know? So, yeah, I think that you should give him what he actually wants. And it's like, oh, you want a break? Well, now you're going to get an actual breakup. And then when you see what an actual breakup entails, you're going to be regretful and you're going to want me back, but then it might be too late. So if you do that, if you just break up with him and then he wants you back and he's groveling and he's like, oh, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I just wanted a break, but I really love you. Let's get back together. Then you can choose if you want to get back together with him or not. Do take into account that he's probably been with other girls, but at least you stood your ground and you were like, yeah, well, let's break up, and we cut off contact and you like forgot about him. You weren't still talking to him, feeding into him and all that kind of stuff. But if he says he wants to go on a break with you and you're like, yeah, okay, let's go on a break, whatever, what should you do? Well, kind of like what you would do if you broke up. I don't think you should be in constant communication with him. And I think you have the total license and opportunity and right to hook up with as many people as you want. So at least flirt, at least go out clubbing, kiss a couple of guys, you know? Doesn't mean you have to go all the way. You don't have to do stuff you wouldn't be comfortable doing. But if he asked for a break, if that's what he wanted, you are totally in your right as the person who got asked to be on a break, the person who didn't want it initially, to be with as many people as you want and do whatever you want. And if he gets back together with you, if you eventually get back together and he asks you, hey, were you with anybody? I totally think you're in your right to say, yes, I was, because you asked for a break, and so I did whatever I wanted. And that's karma, and that's what he should get for asking to be on a break, because why would anybody want to go on a break with you anyway in the first place, you know? So basically, those are kind of just my thoughts on going on a break. As I've said, I'm not in favor of breaks. I don't like them just because they seem very douchey to me. I feel like lots of times it's the guys asking for a break, and I really think that the reason why they're asking for a break is because they just want free license to hook up with as many girls as they want. But what I hate about a break as well is that the person, the guy maybe in question, who's hooking up with other girls is still keeping in contact with you, with the girlfriend. I really hate how they can have like their cake and eat it too, where they're being with other girls, but for like the emotional support, for still sex with you if they want it, they'll contact you and be like, hey, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Again, with the blah, blah, blahs. Oh my God, what's wrong with me today? But yeah, I just don't like it. And so I'm not in favor of it. And I really do think that if a guy asks you to be on a break, well, you should then as well. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you still love him and you don't want to even look at another guy. Honestly, take advantage of the situation, even if you're not the one who wanted a break, and try to meet somebody new. And if you meet a guy and you really like him, bye-bye to your boyfriend, stupid boyfriend who wanted a break in the first place. And if not, if you can just be strong and be like, you want a break, like what I would do. If a guy told me he wanted a break, I would just be like, you know what, let's break up. And I would break up with him and I would not get back together with him, because to me, it's just so offensive that he would want to break in the first place. Because to me, all it means is that he wanted to be with other girls, and I wouldn't take it back, and I would just be like, no. And in the last instance, if you're the one who wants a break, again, as I've explained, if you're young and you want to hook up with other guys, or you're not young, you just want to be with somebody else, and that's why you want to break, just break up. I don't think you should toy with people's emotions. I think it's kind of playing with people's feelings to ask them to be on a break. I think it's better to just break up officially. And then down the line, you never know, you guys could get back together. But at least you were honest about your feelings and you broke up with him, and you can feel free to be with whoever you want. And then if down the line you get back together, that's great. And in the instance, if you just want to break because you're stressed about exams or about something in your personal life, family life, whatever, I don't think it's the best idea, because then he could get together with somebody else while you're on this break, even if you don't, because you took it for reasons of being stressed. And then it would hurt your feelings once you guys get officially back together. So in this case, I think you should stick it out and maybe reach some kind of agreement in which I can't see you for 2 weeks because I'm so busy. Please understand. But we're still very much together, and, you know, just something like that. Yeah. So I hope this video is helpful. I hope it explains what being on a break actually means. To me, what being on a break actually means is that you're both single, basically, because he's going to be hooking up with whoever he wants, so can you, but then, like, there's going to be this whole emotional thing where you're still in contact, still texting each other, and that's why I don't like breaks. I think it's better to just officially break up. If you have to get back together down the line, you will, or not, but I don't believe in breaks. I think they're just an excuse that lots of guys use to just kind of manipulate you while still being able to kiss and hook up with other girls. So yeah, I don't think you should be on a break. And if you are on one, I want you to be realistic and know that being on a break means that you have free license to be with whoever wants, but so does he. And that if he asked for one, what he meant was, I want to hook up with other girls, but still have you as an option. So just be honest with yourself. And even if he gave you another reason why he wanted a break, 99.9% of the time, the reason why he wants a break and what a break actually means is that just being able to hook up with other people. So just know what it means, and I'm not in favor of breaks, so if you can, avoid them at all costs. If you don't want to avoid them, then take advantage of them and be with whoever you want, but don't think that it doesn't mean what it means and that he's going to be with nobody else, because 99.9% of the time, he is with other people. So just be aware of what a break actually is, and don't engage with one, you know, if you don't have to. Break up with him, forget him. If that's what he wants, let him have a taste of his own medicine and, you know, not be with you anymore and get what he deserves. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As you know, I have a bunch of other videos about dating advice and about a bunch of fun topics like this. So please, please, please comment, like, and subscribe. And as I always say, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, because I want to do a video answering subscribers' questions, like, I like this guy, what should I do? I have a crush on this guy, this happened to my boyfriend, whatever you want to tell me about, whatever question you have for me, leave it in the comments down below and I'll get to it in a video. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching again. Please, please, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you very soon in a new video. Okay, guys. Bye, guys.